the wealthy operate on a completely different set of rules, and they play different tactics on this game called life. Taking no risks will be your biggest risk. You have to risk failure to succeed.
Cleared out the spare room, photographed it, put it straight on Airbnb. And within an hour, it booked for a whole week.
Carol Dweck's theory is that we just need to add one word on the end of that sentence and it shifts all of our mindset. So it's, I can't play tennis yet. Welcome to the Bungalow. I'm Kim.
I'm Nicky.
Today we're going to have a cosy chat. We're going to reflect on the books that have changed both Nicky and I. We've managed to narrow it down to 2 each. It's been difficult.
Yes, it has.
It's been really difficult. Got a shelf.
I know. But we've got them here with us today. So.
We have.
Yeah.
But first, if you have been liking the content that we have been sharing with you every week on the Bungalow, please do like and subscribe. Hit those buttons. You'll get notifications of when a new episode is dropping. And also don't forget to share it with your friends. Tell everybody who you think might benefit from this wonderful chat that we're having with you every week.
Yeah, I think that's really important. Yeah, spread the word.
Spread the love.
Spread the love. I know. So what's been happening with you?
Well, I have had potentially an exciting week. I have spotted a house that's on at auction. It's not one of the bigger auctions. There's only a few lots of this auction and it's lot number 1, which is immediately an alarm bell because they put the most exciting lots first, whether they expect to go for more. 3-bed end terrace house in the town where I live, so around the corner from mine. So I know that it's in a semi-decent area, definitely rentable, looks in a good shape. I have been to view it and there's nothing immediately jumping out at, what's wrong with this house. It's a probate. I think the executor of the will just wanted a quick sale. So I am looking forward to getting some numbers back from the broker, and I'm waiting for the legal pack to be issued by the auction house.
Oh, amazing. That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
And then, when your solicitor sees the auction pack and goes through it and everything's good to go, it's exciting. Bidding?
Yeah.
Scary.
Biddy.
Yes, I know. You love it. You love it. Honestly, if somebody sort of gave you free rein, you'd probably be 5 houses, down and be bidding all sorts of things.
What about you? We've changed rooms in the bungalow. What's happening?
Yes, okay. So this is one of the main rooms in the bungalow. Just to give our viewers a little bit more of an idea of the project here, I guess. Panelling is off the wall. There was wallpaper on the ceilings, the walls, everything. I remember. It's crazy. And then you can obviously see throughout into the conservatory, which is fun. But yeah, it's been all go this week. I've had the roofer over.
Nice.
So he's been looking at the roof and he's going to come back to me this week with his estimate. So fingers crossed it's not going to cost as much as I think it's going to. But, scaffold's got to go up.
Yeah.
New everything, new fascias, soffits, guttering, roof tiles, batten, felt, new purlin as well, obviously. So, okay, so fingers crossed.
It's a big job.
It's a big job, yes.
The house needs a new hat.
Yes, a hat that's going to work in all weathers is the problem. Come rain or shine.
Yeah. And not fall on your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we discussing today?
As big believers in mindset, we have wanted to share some of our secrets of the favourite authors and books that have shaped us along the way. But I think the first book we want to talk about, we haven't actually got a copy of.
No, we haven't. No, sorry, my fault. Yeah, yes, yeah. Before we dive into that first book, could I just ask you how you think your mindset has shifted since we first met?
Oh, wow. That's a big question.
Because from an outside perspective, I would say a hell of a lot.
I think in terms of me believing what's possible, I think it's changed for sure. It's gone up, but I've sort of always had this, I'll make it happen type mentality. I think which is why I'm suited to TV, but as TV has pushed me more like that because it's just problem solving all day long in a creative way. But I think in terms of reaching for the stars of what is possible for my life, it has changed exponentially.
Yeah, good. That's important. And I agree with you. I think that is true. I mean, the same thing exactly has happened to me. You know, if you don't know something's out there or a workaround exists for something, then why would you ever go and seek it out or think that it's something viable that you wanted to do? So
I think it's also just cracking outside of the system and what we've been fed all our lives through well-meaning family, loved ones, but the education system, the government, all of that, like seeing beyond all of that is all of those lies, basically.
It's true. Yes. Yeah.
That's what's really changed for me. I'm thinking that actually the wealthy operate on a completely different set of rules and they play different tactics on this game called life.
Yes.
And I think that's the big change for me.
Realizing that it's possible.
Yeah, and I you know, that change has come from reading books,
Yes.
but also network and who you're hanging out with, right?
Exactly.
It's a big thing.
Oh my goodness. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Right, this first book.
So I worship at the altar of Mel Robbins. I think she's written a few books. Her blast away bestseller, which is still topping the charts, is The Let Them Theory.
Okay, Let Them Theory.
The Let Them Theory. Now, this was an episode of her podcast, which I listen to. I don't listen to it every week. And whenever I feel like I need a boost, I go to Mel Robbins. And somehow, I actually think she's a witch. Because somehow, in the nicest possible way, I do mean that's a compliment, because somehow, whenever I need a boost, the exact episode that I need is there waiting for me in her most recent episodes. Something, maybe she's not a witch, maybe it's the universe and serendipitous, but she's just really good at motivation and mindset and just considering things that you've never thought about before. Like another big thing that she's done, and this is an episode of her podcast, is that it's about avoiding. What are you avoiding and why? And I think that's a question I ask myself a lot. Why don't I want to do this? Why? And I sort of mentally unpack, why am I avoiding something?
Yeah, interesting. I think she is very good at what she does. And you're right, if you need a hit, she's very, very empowering. She can talk all day about why you should be doing things and the strength that you should be using from within, and just reminding you that it's there and how to sort of tap into all of your, your really positive traits. Yeah.
I think Mel is obviously American. We are British, and her tagline is "It's your best friend, Mel." Now, when you first listen as a British person, you're like,
yeah.
That's not my sensibility. But she's really amazing at feeling like your best friend.
Yeah.
And she has this really good way of speaking, making you feel like you're the only person in the room when she's actually broadcasting to hundreds of thousands of people each week. It's a real skill. So she's dead clever and on the money as well. She's very zeitgeisty.
Yes. Yeah. Good.
But the Let Them Theory, tell me what it is.
So yes, the Let Them Theory. Okay. So actually, this is something that I'm very, very, I can't do it. Like, it's impossible for me. I really, letting someone just go off and make a mistake or do something that they think is the right thing, when obviously I'm thinking maybe you should do it like this, or maybe you should do it like that, something differently, and then that would create this outcome. But you have to let them learn, let them go off and do it and make their own mistakes.
It's also, I think it's quite wide-reaching, the let them theory, isn't it? Because I think it's like an anti-people pleaser theory. So I know I'm a people pleaser. I think you are a bit as well. And so actually that the let them theory is about let them be angry with you, let them disagree with you. That is not your responsibility. Their emotion is not your responsibility. That's like the first half of it. And the second half of it is Now, with that energy, you've just saved yourself from worrying about that I might have upset Nicky, or Nicky's cross with me, or whatever it is. I can now go and fulfill my goals.
Yes.
It's a massive energy saver, and it's very freeing. It frees up your time, your mental space, and your heart, I suppose, in a lot of ways, if I'm going to go a bit woo-woo.
Let them misunderstand you. Let them doubt you. Let them think that you're wrong. And, and
Because
that's
it's
it.
okay.
Yeah, that's right. They can judge you. Let them judge you.
Do you know where I found the let them theory come into play a lot? There was quite a few articles around Christmas time about how to cope with intense family Christmas times over Christmas. And that was really good then. Like, if you want to drink but your relatives don't, let them, or vice versa, or if your mum wants you to do this but you want to do that, or whatever it is, it's just let them not eat turkey. It's okay that you spent 6 hours prepping a turkey. Just let them. It doesn't matter. Just let it roll off your back, and you can just be chilled and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, because most of our stress comes from trying to control other people's reactions.
Yeah.
So if you sort of take that away and let it wash off you, then it opens your mind for a lot of more emotions, basically. Positivity.
Positivity.
I know.
Mel Robbins, God love her.
Good. Okay, number 1.
That's
done.
number 1.
Yeah.
First in our 5 books.
Yes, we're on 5, yes.
Which one are we going to talk about next?
I don't mind. Shall we go Psychology of Money?
Let's do Psychology of Money.
It's very different to Mel Robbins.
Very different. I don't have this in a hard copy. I've got it on my iPad, actually.
I've read it a lot. Look at all of these folded pages where I've
dog-eared
read bits and then gone back and reread it because maybe my mind hasn't been in it. So yes, it's very well read. Morgan Housel.
Okay.
Fantastic author. He's got several books out, but this one is sold, way over 1 million copies. So I mean, it's really, really sort of groundbreaking, and just explains the psychology of money. Obviously, that the way you look at it, is different to anything else. For instance, so what you do with it, what you do with money, how money makes people feel, all of those sort of things. What do you know about it?
Very little, if I'm honest, other than I know it's on my list to read. Is it more about behaviour with money?
Yes. Yeah. The abundance mindset and things like that. So you're always being reminded that money is everywhere, and it's up to you. You can go out and get it anytime you want. Yeah, there's no shortage.
Is this one of your... Because I know you hate the phrase money doesn't grow on trees.
I hate that phrase.
What I do know about this book is that financial decisions don't come from numbers on a spreadsheet. They are driven by emotions. I think that's what this breaks down a lot of, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't have to be smart. It's just literally your behavioural decisions around money.
And does it help you unpack what your emotions are about money and how to assess that and change it for the better?
Yeah, of course. You grew up and people were saying money doesn't grow on trees and you can't afford that and all of this thing. It completely changes your mindset. It's not, you can't afford that. We can't afford that. It's, how can I afford that? It's really fascinating. It's completely changed the way I feel about it, yeah.
It sold a lot of copies, but I still think it's still like a hidden book.
Yes, of course. You've got to be in a certain mindset and mind frame to want to consume it, definitely. I would say definitely go for the audio version as well. So I've listened to the audio version and I read that book sometimes when I, feel like picking it up.
See, this is where you and I do differ again a lot, is that I do listen to audio things, but if it's something that I need to learn, if it's complex, then I need to see it.
No, it's not about anything technical, changing anything technical. It's just about your emotions and your behaviour around money. That's what's so brilliant about it.
I struggle to learn by just listening. I need to visually see it on the page.
How fun! I never knew we were opposites.
Did you not?
No.
Because that's the thing. Like,
Huh.
I love Diary of a CEO and watch quite a lot of that. But if it's something that, or like, the budgeting-y, those sorts of podcasts,
Yeah.
I can't. It gets too dense because then I just want to start taking notes because
Yeah.
it's the visualising of the writing it down.
How funny. So my mum sent me to a child psychologist when I was young and had all the tests, and I came back as someone who is an audible learner.
Oh, really? Yeah, definitely a visual.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's probably a good mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel.
Yes.
I might put this in my handbook.
You should read it. It's read by me.
I tell you
It's
what,
well read.
it's my birthday soon.
Ah.
You can buy it me for my birthday.
Yeah. It's one of my favourite books. That's why it's here. I love it. What's on the top of your list?
I'm going to talk about this one first. It's Mindset. I mean, it's actually called Mindset by Dr. Carol Dweck. This was actually recommended to me by my other best friend, Nicky.
Oh, okay.
I've talked about the other Nicky before.
Nicky too, yeah?
Well, she was Nicky 1, actually. She was here before you. But Carol Dweck is a psychologist at Stanford University in America. And her theory that she's putting out in this book is the difference between fixed and growth mindset. So in its most reductive, simplest way is somebody might say, I can't play tennis.
Oh,
right.
That can't word.
Carol Dweck's theory is that we just need to add one word on the end of that sentence and it shifts all of our mindset. So it's, I can't play tennis yet. It is possible. I can change this. It's quite an empowering word, isn't it?
It massively.
To add into a sentence. So I love this. And the first thing I did was ram this down the throats of my very small children.
I think you should, the power of the full stop at the end of that sentence, I can't play tennis, for instance, is just like, it stops, it's in its tracks, any growth at all. When you actually speak that out loud and you're speaking it into the universe, you believe it, you are obviously telling people around you that that's what you believe, so that's what they should believe. And it's very, very dangerous because that person will go through life and there'll be opportunities for them to go and play tennis. And there'll be other opportunities where other people are playing where they will have missed out.
Yeah.
But little do they know that potentially if they actually picked up a racket and went for a lesson,
who knows?
They could be really good.
In modern society, the way we live now, everything is instant, isn't it? And I think there's a misconception, therefore, that we should be able to do everything instantly. And actually, to craft something, to be good at something, takes time. And adding the yet on the end of that sentence, I can't play tennis yet, is a commitment to time and investment and learning and pushing yourself forward, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's got a big thing as well to do with protecting your ego. So saying I can't do something, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not judged as much as I can't play tennis, but yet sort of thing. So you are protecting your ego. Whereas you've kind of dismissed that thing. Oh no, I can't do that.
You've shut it down. It's over.
It's protecting your ego, but you shouldn't do that.
Yes. Saying I can't do tennis yet, I can't play tennis yet is a bit more vulnerable, isn't it?
That's right. Open. Abundance, growth. It's a growth mindset. So many people are just so set in their ways. Really, really set in their ways. They know what they like, they know what they don't like. It could be cooked in a completely different way. It could be made in a completely different way. You just don't know. But if someone was to say, you must come around, I'm going to cook lasagna. No, lasagna, no. I will never eat it again. I can't eat that. It's just so weird. Yeah, of course I'll come and try that. Or I just haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried it recently. I'd love to try it again.
But the thing is if you test this out with small things like, I'm going to eat lasagna or play tennis. It sounds stupid, right? They're so small. I'm going to have a game of tennis. But when you then get positive reinforcement that it's okay to do something that you think you might not like or you think you might not be any good at, it encourages you to do more things. And before you know it,
Yeah.
you're investing on the stock market or buying your first property.
Hey,
As an
that's an
investment.
extreme example, but that is
No,
us.
but it's steps, isn't it?
100%, it can be. It definitely can be. I mean, it's just opening it up there to someone, you know. And they also, when you put yet on the end of something, it opens it up as a conversation. So if you were to say, no, I can't play tennis, the conversation's shut down. You're almost inviting them to go, okay, and that's the end of the conversation. You just change it with that one word, can't play tennis yet. Do you know what? Someone would say, no way. Well, you know, I'm a member at this club or I'm playing tomorrow night. Why don't you come down? I've got a spare racket. But the first sentence, saying it without the yet, is just completely closed. You've already closed your mind off. You've closed everything off to it. But just by putting that yet on, it could invite someone to say, my goodness, you must come and play. I play every week. No way, I didn't know that, you know.
It's just opening opportunities to enrich your life.
That is an example of a small thing, but obviously, if you were to then tenfold that and always add it to everything, every conversation, and try and be as mindful as you can about, you know, being open like that and being vulnerable, then
who knows where it could take you?
Yeah, don't get me started. It's too exciting. We love Carol. We love her.
Right, what we got next? You've talked about this book before. Tell me what it is, Nicky.
This is the big book. This is the book that changed everything. Oh, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. We don't know if it's true or not, but just a very, very basic overview would be that Robert Kiyosaki is writing about him growing up, and he's got a rich dad and a poor dad. His dad is the poor dad, and his best friend's dad is the rich dad. They hang out, they go to school together. His rich friend's dad gives him opportunities, offers for him to work in his company, doesn't pay him, holds the money back, and, you know, concentrates on his learning and things like that and teaches him. And basically he learnt that, you know, the abundance of money from his rich dad, but from his poor dad. So he wasn't poor, he was a teacher.
Good middle class upbringing, wasn't it?
Absolutely. But they couldn't have been more different. So his dad went to college, went to university, became a teacher, and then worked for 40 years as a teacher, retired on his pension, and that was that. So him meeting his friend's rich dad taught him that there is another way, basically, to become wealthy. And if you sort of, well, what is it? Walk away from the conventional life that we're kind of taught and that society endorses, then there is potentially no end to your success.
He does have some slightly controversial theories, doesn't he, in that book, though? I know we've touched on one of them a little bit in the past, which is that the house that you live in, your residential property, is not an asset, it's a liability, which I think blows a lot of people's mind, particularly the British, whose home is their castle.
So can I just say, this book knocked me for six so much that the same day that I'd finished reading it, I think I was still reading it at the time, when I read that about the, you know, your personal residential house being a liability. Obviously, he tells you early on the difference between an asset and a liability. As soon as he said sort of your house is a liability, do you know what I did? Cleared out the spare room, photographed it, put it straight on Airbnb. Because he was like, you can turn a liability into an asset if you obviously find a way of using it to cover that cost that it's costing you, the liability. So I'm like, brilliant, let's get it on Airbnb. Put it on Airbnb, and within an hour it booked for a whole week. That whole week booking, complete stranger, by the way, coming in, contracting work, didn't actually see him in the end. It worked out really well. That whole week of him just staying for a week, 7 days, paid all my mortgage for the month.
Wow. And that was the start of your empire, really, wasn't it?
That was the start of it. That's how I got onto Airbnb, yes. Yeah, but I was just like, oh my God, I've got to get rid of this liability. What am I going to do? So I just started thinking about moving on to another house and turning that into a rental. And I was just, but you know what? None of this was ever even in the corner of my mind before I picked up that book.
No.
Completely. I never knew the difference between an asset and a liability.
Yeah.
Did you?
I did do business studies A-levels. I'm proud to say I got a grade E because it was so boring.
You were a step ahead of me, I was going to say, but no.
I-
That probably put you back a step.
I thought we'd be able to set up like a fictional business, but it was just like the cash cow theory in a square. I was like, this is so dull.
Oh.
It's really boring. Don't do business studies, I say. But
that's a shame.
read Rich Dad Poor Dad instead.
Yeah.
It's quicker, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
yes, I probably did know what an asset and a liability was, but was I applying that to my life? No.
No. Yeah, exactly. And how you can move through the quadrants and become business owner and then move from business owner to investor. Amazing. Read it. Okay, we've got to stop talking about it because I will go on and on and on.
Right, the last book? The
last book. Oh.
This book, I love this book.
I love it.
It's really popular. Diary of a CEO. Obviously, I think a lot of people know who Stephen Bartlett is. He's another one, isn't he? We all hail at the altar of Stephen Bartlett.
Yeah, I mean, he's not as much of a successful podcaster as you and I, but he's still recognisable.
He could learn a thing or two.
You gave him your job on Dragon's Den as well. I can't believe you did that. Oh my goodness, putting him right in the spotlight. I'm not sure he deserved it, but
he's
anyway.
only a young bairn at 30 odd, isn't he? No, so this is Diary of a CEO, and this has got 33 laws of business and life that he has come up with, and it isn't just for business owners. I think there's lots of good takeaways in there, as you can tell by the amount of pages that I've bent down. I decided to bend the corners of the pages that I like, and I do flip back through and read them. I'm going to read my favourite one.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a bit of a game changer for me. Right, I'm going to read this out.
Yeah.
Taking no risks will be your biggest risk. You have to risk failure to succeed. You have to risk heartbreak to love. You have to risk criticism for the applause. You have to risk the ordinary to achieve the extraordinary. If you live avoiding risk, you're risking missing out on life. So it's like,
wow,
I love that. So every now and then at the end of a chapter, a big thought, it'll have big quotes like that, which I just love.
Yeah. He's taken little bits from other people's quotes and used them all together there. Because if you risk nothing, you risk everything. So it's very, very similar.
Growing up in a small town in the Midlands, I left home at 18 to go to university in London. And when I came back one weekend, I bumped into a lad that I knew at school. He was a year or two above me, but we had this massive friendship group, and he was older than me. But I bumped into him on the street. Hi, how's it going? And he was like, oh, what are you up to? I was like, oh, I'm in London now. I'm at university. And he was like, oh, you posh git. I was like, what? It was like 3 months after I'd left.
Wow.
Like the exact same person. So I was really like upset by the fact that he'd said that. Obviously, I hadn't heard about Mel Robbins' let them theory by that point. And what I realised at 18 was that he wasn't meaning to be rude to me. That was his fear.
Yes, projecting on you.
He was scared. He couldn't imagine living outside of our small town in the Midlands.
Yeah.
Or going off to university or going to one of the biggest cities in the world. And it was his fear. And all I could see actually a lot in that small town when I was growing up was people's fear holding them back. I saw so many people with potential and their fear held them back. And it's always annoyed me. And this is, this quote from Stephen Bartlett made me realise actually my little phrase, my thing is, everything you want in life is on the other side of fear.
Yeah, it's very powerful. Very powerful.
It is.
Because it's true.
It is true.
Yeah, I know.
You've got to petrify yourself every now and then to push through and, get to the next stage and achieve what you want to achieve. Because it's not, it always looks easy from the outside. right?
No, people have gone through so much. I mean, Stephen Bartlett, he was...
Classic example.
Yeah, he was on the breadline, if not below
He was
the breadline.
homeless and stealing
I know.
pizzas from
Yes, he was, yeah.
supermarkets in
Yes.
order to survive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
look at him.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But also, even rewinding to that, he went against his whole family.
Yeah.
They're all academics, aren't they, his family? And he quit university.
Yeah.
That is really big.
No,
At
I
a
know.
young age
Yeah.
to basically sort of inadvertently stick 2 fingers up to your family. Like, that is hard to do. So
he's done a lot. He's done a lot. He's
achieved
become
everything.
very successful. Yes.
So Diver CEO, that is definitely one of my... It's almost like a bit of a Bible that you can sort of dip back to when you need a reminder. These, these quotes that he puts in throughout. Like another one, he talks a lot about getting good at failure, doesn't he?
Yes.
Creating a pro-failure philosophy. It's okay to fail. I mean, crikey, he's even got somebody who works for him who's the head of failure.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that's so clever. I've said for a long time, we need to rebrand mistakes. They are not a bad thing.
They're learning curves.
If you're not making mistakes, you're not doing anything.
This is the worry. This is the worry. People who go through life with making no mistakes, they're not embarrassed of anything, they've never failed at anything. Oh my goodness. You just stay in your little box. Because wow.
But it's hard, but it's ingrained in us, isn't it? It's just be brave, be bold. What you got to lose? We're on this planet for such a moment.
It's true. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Very good. Very good. Yeah, great. Well, I mean, I'm utterly impressed with those 4 books alone. I mean, you and I do read, we do consume a lot of knowledge because we're always wanting to, find out more and, educate ourselves so that we can sort of take things to another level. So,
I mean, these are just the mindset books. I mean, there are ones that are...
Yeah.
We've both read loads about property or investing or stock markets. So
the plea is really today is to make people see that education doesn't have to stop when they finish school. The whole thing is you've got to... Why would you spend all of that time up to 16, 17, 18 educating yourself, then going, do you know what? It's okay. I'm going to get everything else from the life of University of Life and I'm done. I don't need to read any books or educate myself on anything. Are you kidding me? Why would you just keep it to like a quarter of your life?
Well, it's quite arrogant, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm done, I don't need to learn anymore.
Yeah.
Well, hi.
Do you know it all? Do you know it all? No.
That's the thing, isn't it? You sort of, the older you get, the more you realise how little you know.
Yeah.
And so, I can't imagine not. Personally, I'm so curious. I'm so nosy. I've got to know.
And the most important thing is you've got to stay curious to be relevant, to still continue to be relevant, you've got to be curious.
I think the thing about continuing to learn as well is that you're continuing throughout your life to invest in yourself.
Yes.
You are your biggest asset. You are the star of your life. If you were running a movie and you had a movie star, you had Nicole Kidman starring in your movie, you would be doing everything you could to keep her happy, to make sure she had everything she possibly needed to give her very best performance. Well, in your life, you are Nicole Kidman, so give yourself everything you need in order to achieve your goals.
No one else is going to.
No.
You are the person who cares the most about yourself in the world. So don't forget that. You are your biggest advocate. So if you want to go and learn, if you feel like you want to change things or, educate yourself more or whatever it is, you're the one who has to go out and make that happen and feel like you're worth it. So yeah, it's really important.
I think spending that time, but also in spending a bit of money on your own personal development is really important as well. Think about all the things that we spend money on without even thinking twice about it. We go to a shop, buy a brand new sofa, £1,000, £1,500.
Yeah.
Right? We do that possibly without thinking, possibly we do think a little bit. But, what does this book set me back? 11 quid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And a car journey or a train journey or 10 minutes before bed.
I know. And for that to help open your mind and invite more opportunity into your life, you just could, your whole world and life could change just from, a couple of books.
You can't get better value than that.
No, I completely agree with you. Yeah.
Have you got any books on your list that you want to read?
I haven't read Atomic Habits.
Okay.
James Clear, I think it is. But yeah, Atomic Habits.
Okay.
I would like to read that book. I've listened to a little bit of the audio, so I would read that. What about you?
So there are 2 books by Rob Dix that I want to read. I've got one already, which is The Price of Money. How to prosper in a world that's rigged against you. So I think that's really relevant to us and the system. And also his most recent book, which is The 7 Myths About Money, which I think, again, is really powerful in unpacking this system where you're not necessarily given those rules and tricks and how to play the game, whereas people who already have wealth probably have those, growing up and around them without even realising it.
He's a very smart, successful guy.
Yeah, he's so clever.
Yes, no, he is. And that book is amazing. I've heard excerpts from it, but not the whole book. But yes, he debunks a lot of things around the economy and how finance works globally as well as sort of in the UK.
But also finance has shifted. And I think particularly that most recent book, The 7 Myths About Money, is describing how it shifted and what we need to do in today's world in order to succeed financially.
Yeah.
So that's my...
Good. What an amazing mix. That's awesome. So we've got Mel Robbins, who taught us...
the Let Them Theory.
We've then got Carol, who taught
Dweck.
you growth.
Yeah.
Yes. We've then got Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes.
Who's taught you...
What's he taught you? Well, he's talking of financial mindset, successful mindset.
It is. It's growing a successful mindset and just realising that anyone can be, can make themselves wealthy. There's just absolutely no barrier whatsoever. So yeah, that's good. Pick one, implement them all, read them all. That's what we're saying.
Thanks for joining us again today. If you've liked this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, send it on to a friend. Give them the love and share this episode of The Bungalow with them too.
We appreciate every single one of you who watches and listens to us. So see you next time on The Bungalow.